Hi, I'm Paul Rogers, and welcome to Rogers Music Academy, lesson number 6. Okay, so today is a big lesson, and so if you want to split this up into two parts, feel free to do that. I was almost thinking about doing that myself, but let's just go ahead and jump into it. So, page 28 is where we left off, and we're going to learn notes on the 5th string, which is the A. Then on the 2nd fret, it's the B. 3rd fret, C. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and those three notes on the 5th string. Next, we're going to play a new chord, an E7 chord. It's a two-fingered chord. The first finger goes on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Second finger goes on the 5th string, 2nd fret. And you play all the strings. Okay? It's an E7 chord. And we're going to use an E7 chord in this song, Melody, in the key of A minor. And I'll play the chords for you. And the rhythm pattern is this: 1, 2, and 3, 4. So we're going to play an A minor again, a D minor chord, back to A minor. Second line, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1. Here comes that E7 chord. Keep in mind, when you're switching from an A minor chord to an E7, the fingering is very similar. I'm just taking this whole shape of the A minor and moving every string up one and then lifting my second finger. Lifting my third finger. A minor, move everything up, lift your third finger, E7, okay? So that's the chords for that song. Let's talk about playing the tab, all right? Most of the tab and the counting is pretty simple on this one, so I'll just play it for you so you can hear what it sounds like. And most of this song is played on the lower strings, the 5th and the 4th. So it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got a little way of doing that is playing the 3rd fret, 3rd string. Whenever it's the 3rd fret, you play your 3rd finger, okay? Sorry, 3rd fret, 3rd finger is what I meant to say. My apologies. And when you have a 2nd fret, you play the 2nd finger, okay? So we have those. Pretty simple, just play it slow. Moving on to page 29. An F chord. So this is the hardest chord in the book. I probably would have put this chord much later, but hey, it's here. Let's go ahead and learn how to play it. So if you play this F and it doesn't sound amazing, it's okay. Just do the best you can. So what we're going to do is start with the 3rd finger. The 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret, 4th string. The 2nd finger goes on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. And the 1st finger, and this is what makes this chord hard, has to hold down 2 strings. Right? And the way to do that is to flatten your finger out and just use the side of your finger like that. That's a good practice, just getting that. You don't want to use too much of this part because it's not as tough as the side. So you want to have it a little bit to the side. Basically, you want the finger to kind of be pointing a little bit towards you instead of it being flat like that. Have it curved a little bit. And that's a good practice, just getting those two. And then add this one in. And then when you feel comfortable, add that one in. That's the whole chord. So I'm going to play Turn Around in the key of C major. And once again, if you get to that F chord and it isn't really great yet, it's okay. It'll get there. The F is the one that I have a lot of mercy on because it may take you weeks to kind of get this F sounding the way you want it to sound. It's all right. Everybody does it the same. So here it is. Turn around the key of C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Here's the F. 1, 2, 3. G7. 1, 2. Okay. Next, we have a little something to learn of some music theory and things. The dotted quarter note. Basically, it looks like a quarter note, but you put a dot next to it, and that means the next note is going to land on an and. So the rhythm that you see in the count would be 1 and 2 and. 1, 2 and. Instead of 1, 2, it's 1, 2 and. That dun, dun. And this song that we're going to be playing, Melody in the key of C major, starts off like that. So I'm going to play the first bar in the tab of this dotted quarter note rhythm, which sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So boom, or 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this 1, 2, and 3, 4. And we play that rhythm in each of the next 4 bars. So I'll play the tab for you, and here it goes. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and we'll end with a C note. Here's the chords for Melody in the key of C major. And the strumming pattern is just playing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Here's the F chord. G7. Here's the M of the C. All right. So that's already covered a lot. But let's keep moving on to the next page, which is page 30. And we're going to learn notes on the 6th string. Notes on the 6th string. So we have the E, the F on the 1st fret, a G on the 3rd fret. E, F, G. And that, now we have covered all the notes in this first position through all 6 strings. So we won't be learning any new notes. Everything we're going to be playing from now on just kind of has these notes in them. And maybe some flats and sharps, but we'll talk about that later. So exit, see, Melody in the key of E minor. All right, so we're on number 32. And let's play the chords first, which is just E minor, C, A minor, E minor, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. 2. Okay. So let's see. We've got the tab part next. The first bar is all 8th notes, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. The next one has this dotted 8th note rhythm, dotted quarter note rhythm, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, like that. So I'll play those 2 bars together. 1, 2, and here comes bar 3. You may notice that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are exactly the same. Here comes bar 5. Bar 5 and 6 are the same as bar 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then we're just going to end with that one note. Okay? Great. So there's a chord chart here in the book. If you haven't tore that out already, you can do that now and post it on the wall or wherever you want to. That has all the guitar chords listed in this poster, and it's a great thing to have. But if you have tore that already, you just kind of get past it and move on to page 31. Okay, so we have a couple things to talk about. One is called the lead in. The lead in. This just means some songs start with a guitar or an instrument playing some notes. And then people will start singing and things like that. Sometimes when we're playing chords, normally you would think of that just starting on the downbeat of the song. But this song has two notes that lead us in. So if someone else was playing with us, they would go ba ba, and then we would start playing the C chord. So that's called the lead in. It just means the notes that lead you in before you actually start playing. So the next thing to talk about is the first and second endings. The first ending has a box and a 1 in it. That means you play all the way to where you see the 1, and usually there's a repeat sign, and you follow that repeat sign back to the beginning. And then when you play through the second time, you skip over the box that has a 1, and you jump to the box that has a 2, and you play from there to the end. So I'll talk more about that as we get into the song, but right now on this page, we're just going to play the first 8 bars, and here's the chords for exercise 33. I'm going to start on bar where it says bar 1. I'm not going to play the lead-in notes. So here's the rhythm, by the way. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay. So here's the first 8 bars of the song. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Second line. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there is another page that you have to flip over to get to it, at least in this version of the book. But before we do that, since we're still on this page, I'll go ahead and talk about the tab part. I'll first play the 2 lead-in notes, and then I'll play all this for you. I'm going to probably not go over each individual detail of how to do every bar, but I might stop and talk about a few things. So here it is. So we have mostly notes that are on the 5th string and the 4th string. And we have 2 lead-in notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 1, 2, and. Okay. Once again. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Next line. 1, 2. The only real tricky thing about that is in bar 3 and bar 5, you have a dotted quarter note. And remember, those rhythms are always 1, 2, and 3, like that. Okay, moving on to the last page of this chapter. You see how in bar 9, that's beginning our first ending, so we would just play 1, 2, like we would play the chords there, all the way up to bar 10. At bar 10, we wouldn't keep going. We would follow that repeat sign back to the beginning of the song and play that all over again, but this time we would skip over the first ending and go to the second ending. Okay, so I'm going to play the second ending for you, chord-wise. Remember, it's 1, 2, and 3, 4 rhythm. So here's the second ending starting on bar 11. D minor. C. F. G7. C. Bar 26. F. D minor. G7. Now, you may notice if you're having trouble switching on bar 28, doing the rhythm, just play D minor twice and G7 twice. That's okay. So you can kind of abandon the strumming part at bar 28 and just make it simple and play D minor twice, G7 twice. Then you can go back into your rhythm on bar 29. All right, cool. So let's try to play the tab part starting at bar 11 and yeah, working our way through it. So here it is. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it's mostly just the same kind of stuff that we were doing at the beginning of the song, watching out for those dotted quarter note rhythms again, and there's a lot of half notes in there as well, so count those out. It really makes a big difference. That is the end of lesson 6. Whew. Big lesson. I think it's one of the bigger ones in the book, so it's okay if you want to split it up into 2 parts or more. Remember, go back, repeat these sections over and over again until you get it right, and then move on to the next one. That's what this is on YouTube for, so you can just stop, repeat, slow down, whatever you got to do. But I'll see you for lesson 7 next week. Bye-bye.